you buying that ticket, you be fucking.
I got everything I need at my house. I don't need a hall pass.
Every time I get to a corner and I see somebody doing a famous Baltimore gangster lean.
We outside.
Yeah. This is the shop, season 4, new year, new angles of Sharp Lady, new hair for Latoya, new hat for 6, and we're gonna pitch in and get Pastor a new phone one of these days. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, y'all, how's everyone doing? Excuse me.
We're doing fine. So, boss lady, you look like Brandy with your hair like that.
I was about to say, I don't know where we got some new eyelashes from.
We don't just play that on the show. We are a biological sister.
Oh.
I know that, but like today, you really look like her. Like you and Seven really look alike.
I have my moments. Like I have 3 sisters, so like I have my moments where I can look like any of them. It seems I was somewhere and somebody asked me who I was, and they were like, "Oh, I thought you were the other sister," and I was like, "No, it's me." Same OT.
Anyway, folks, how's your day going? Who did what today?
I went and got an eye exam today. Fun fact. Hold on, turn my volume down. Went and got an eye exam to get contacts. I have not in a new pair of glasses. I haven't wore contacts since the wedding. I think I might have worn them on my honeymoon, but when I came back, I was like, I don't feel like putting them in. I go, he gives me like a new different brand to try. I go to put the contacts in, lost it.
Oh wow. It was a trial pair, right?
Yeah, but you know they're gonna be shitty about giving me another trial pair.
That's what happens when you buy colors and shit.
First of all, never that.
You too good for the lime greens?
I am. Nothing against anyone else, but I'm too good for lime green eyes. However, back when I used to work at America's Best Contacts, and we would get our contacts for free or discount, and I did wear turquoise.
Turquoise.
Yep.
Out here looking like a
ghost. It was a color blend, so the color doesn't show. It's not like a flat turquoise that just lays on your eyes. It blends with your eye color, so everybody's is going to come out different.
Yeah, interesting.
What did Randy say?
Oh, I didn't even get there.
Frozen out the gate, huh, Pastor? Okay, Randy came in with the jokes.
He came for you, Pastor.
I slept all day, and that has been my day.
Oh, no work today?
Shayna. No, I'm off.
Are you on your laptop?
Me?
Yeah, I'm on the laptop.
Who are you asking?
Are you on your I'm asking you, Toya.
My bad.
Yes, I am. Why?
Okay, well then you can control that part. Thank you.
Pastor on his laptop, he can do it.
Nigga, Pastor could barely be seen on this joke. Like,
oh my goodness.
Sharp Lady.
Anyway.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic today.
You look well educated.
I still feel well educated. School's stressing me out.
You look like $100,000 in school loans.
Oh no, none of that.
Oh, straight up cash.
Yeah, that's why I take my time going to school, because I'm not trying to be about that life.
Okay, that's what's up. So
you have no debt for the presidential council?
Nope.
Now and again, the little circles go in there.
Do you
I got head.
All right. So since you don't have that, I have a question. Do you
Sure.
think they should do student debt forgiveness?
Yeah, because I do have a lot of friends that have like 150 or more. And I thought that they were going to give them like 10,000 or $20,000 off, not all of it. I thought it was like
Mhm.
10 or $20,000 of it. And
What
then
about
they
the
have to
most
go
good for
into
you?
the to like that one of them repayment plans or something. That's what I thought they had to do. Is
Mm.
that incorrect?
Oh, you
I don't
talking
know.
about live?
Apparently,
That's either.
Yeah, they
um,
live.
I'm gonna need you to stop talking like we're not live though. We can hear all that.
Mm.
Crystal said, I got under 10K left. Uh, is what you said. Do what you said, Biden. Right. That's what. But the reason why I asked was because some people was like, I don't have student loans. It don't affect me. But I was like, but you know somebody it probably affects. So why
Nah,
not?
me.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't have any more student debt, but my husband does.
But what about the people who had to pay for all their stuff? They ain't getting nothing out the deal.
Okay, I paid for mine. I am those people. I paid for mine.
I ain't getting nothing out the deal. I don't want nobody getting no extra. I'm very
That's
Drakish
that.
today.
That's that selfish.
It's
Um,
cool.
it's a self. In my opinion, when people think like that, it's like an impoverished mindset. Like because I didn't benefit from it, nobody should.
That's right.
That's just
Or they can give, or if they want to, they can give the people who paid theirs back, give them a bonus, some kind of bonus. But you know, who was to know that we were going to get this kind of thing? Well, the different things that the president is offering, nobody knew that was going to happen, and nobody knew we were going to run into COVID. And I think a lot of things that are happening now are based on the pandemic.
right.
Although, not to change the topic, like, um, based on the things that happened during the pandemic are also coming back to bite people now. Because I've heard like so many cases this week of people saying that, their SNAP benefits are like literally being depleted.
What are SNAP
Like
benefits?
food stamps. I've heard like people that would normally getting $200 and $300, they're getting cut down to like 32, $23 and things like that. I don't know.
I'm,
I know that a lot of people are hurting right now
I
this month.
feel like you pushing me. I don't get no SNAP
I,
benefits
I,
neither.
I don't think that the assistance for the COVID, the assistance for that COVID period was supposed to last for a long time. They shouldn't have been like um,
Mm.
dependent on that for a long term, right?
The world is open. Get out and get this bread.
I'm sorry, Pastor, but I missed. It was so broken up. But I'm thinking what I caught what you were saying. Were you saying that, they shouldn't be crying about it because they benefited from it for a long time?
He said that in a pastorly way.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't say it a pastorly way, so please forgive me. But,
That's not
but I mean, I can
what I
understand that perspective too.
said.
This is so funny.
I think he said that's not what he was saying.
Oh,
I know, I couldn't
Why don't
okay.
say
you
it.
go sit? Why don't you go sit with Hutch instead of
You
being
can't
in
see
the
him either.
sure. I listen. If I can find a way to get food stamps, I'm gonna apply and get them tomorrow. And if
Me
I can be
too.
on them for the next 10 years, hey, don't
So
ask me for no food.
what if so are you okay with taking food stamps out of somebody else's mouth who might not have any job?
I don't think they're depleted. And I think somebody who doesn't have a job will qualify before me. So it doesn't work that way. I didn't say I was trying to have somebody go in the system, rig it, and take somebody's food stamps and give it to me. I said if I can get them. There's not a situation where they're like, oh, we don't have enough food stamps, so somebody's going to have to go without.
I don't know if they say that, but okay.
I
So
let me. I do.
let me six. Oh, I'm sorry, boss.
No,
Well,
go.
then six. If that's the question that you're posing, I mean, how do you feel about the people who are getting the benefits that shouldn't be and that are maybe living better than you because they're depriving the system by working under the table jobs, but and have more income coming in than a little bit.
I don't like the way you phrase that question, but I'm not going to go ahead
I'm
and
trying to be
cancel myself early in the show. But you know how I feel about it, because if you can just think about how I feel about it, that question was definitely leading, and you already know.
I mean, some people are okay with it because they'll say that it's not their money. So, but it is their money.
It is my money.
Y'all know how many rich white people get more handouts than what welfare giving poor colored people and poor white people?
Why are we making this a color thing?
That's the reality of it. And I did say, including poor white people. Before anybody got bailed out during COVID, rich people did. So when we start talking about welfare and what people get and what they shouldn't get and how it does come from us, think about all the other things that they hand out that still come from us. It's not media driven, so it's not a hot topic. But
Right.
the reality is, you accept it or not, it's perpetuated that only Black people get handouts, and that's not true. But when they're perpetuating that stereotype, they're also saying Black people need to get off of it. So
I don't know, but I've never seen a city with as much white panhandlers as Baltimore City ever.
how many cities have you been in to calculate their panhandlers?
I've been to a lot of cities.
Shit, LA got a lot of white panhandlers.
I've been to LA, but
got a lot of homeless.
If
think
you
they like
go,
to live
if
outside.
you only go in Black neighborhoods, that's what you're gonna see. But like, let's not
international.
Do you?
I mean, Portugal, Spain, a lot of places. But
okay. So how many Black panhandlers did you see in Portugal and wherever else you said you were?
I seen Portuguese panhandlers. There weren't too much of us there.
I think you missed the point.
Anyways, Hutch, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you all?
How come your internet working better than Pastor's? I don't get it.
What you mean? I'm not even on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay. How's the party bus doing?
Well, I don't know if that's what we're here to talk about, but I mean,
why not talk about business?
I don't know. It's all right. Like everything else, all right.
Okay.
Speaking of the party bus, shout out to Hutch for making my my daughter's birthday weekend dope.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
some
It was Brielle's birthday, right?
Good
Yes,
kids,
ma'am.
good kid group that was on the bus, the party. They call it the party van.
Okay, that's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
How you doing, Pastor?
So
I think we can hear you now.
What'd you say?
I
said, how you doing? I think we can see you and hear you now.
How do I feel that now that you can hear me? I feel good.
I'm just talking about how you doing in general.
I'm doing good, man. I had drill this past weekend, and as you can see, I'm gonna keep the same military theme because I got my Lamar Jackson jersey on today.
I see.
Are you happy about that situation?
Hi, Nay.
Pay that man.
Well, let's talk about that since we're here. Since we got here, what do you think about the non-exclusive tag?
Everybody says the non-exclusive tag was a brilliant move by the Ravens, so they can allow the whole NFL to basically show what his worth is. I think they should have got the deal done a couple years ago. That's just my opinion.
I agree with that, but since we're here, what do we do now?
I feel like,
Go ahead.
to be honest, I just feel like the NFL, the NBA, they have too much of a stronghold on these athletes. And it's like you out here risking your body and you got your talents and you showing your talents and they know what is worth who giving who money to and they know what I'm saying, if I give this person this amount of money, I should cut that person or take that money from this person. But instead of giving the man the money, they put a hold. I don't know what the terminology is, but they put a hold on the man so he can't move. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, I just read about it. It doesn't seem like the best move for him. Like, Pastor, I know you're talking about showing what his worth is. These teams don't want to pay him what his worth is.
They just want to hold him down so he don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Now,
I know you are a battle rap fan, but it's the same thing that's happening in battle rap right now. Putting these people under these contracts and they can't move around and do anything, and they just holding them just to say, I got him. I don't think that's the best situation.
So one thing I would say about the NFL, and a few people, I've seen a few people say it on social media. I think what happened is the owners colluded. They had a collusion type thing going on. So they don't want it to become a norm that players get these guaranteed contracts. It seemed like they was upset when Deshaun Watson get that fully guaranteed contract. They don't want that to become the norm. Because it's crazy how before he got the non-exclusive tag, all these teams was interested. He got that non-exclusive tag yesterday or the day before, and it was crickets. So it seems to me like the owners was talking, and they didn't want nobody else to get that guaranteed money.
But exactly. So again, you having a hold on an athlete. I can't go nowhere because now you tag me. What kind of branding is that? That's like some slavery shit. You got me in the chokehold. You got me in the, you know what I'm saying? You can't get my slave. If you want my slave, you got to have this amount of money. But since I'm not putting no money out there on his head, now this is just going to be my slave. I own this man outright. So now his job is not even on. So basically, I'm just going to be getting paid because what if I don't want to go out there and play like he did in the last couple games? So now I'm just going to be getting this little bit of money, but I'm not going to go out there and play because you ain't paying me my money.
I mean, I think that's the way you probably should feel.
So, sorry, franchise tag aside, isn't that how some people describe the NFL anyway?
Slavery, hell yeah.
Now, at the same token, pun intended, like, do we want, are we asking for a more free establishment where they can just leave and go where they want whenever?
I mean, it seems to me like, I think the NBA, to me, and I don't know all the rules and all this shit going on, but it seems like the NBA, a player can go where he want to go. If I'm not happy here, I could tell them I'm not happy. Send me wherever, somewhere else. And it's up to the coach and I guess the league to say where you gonna go. But I mean, come on now, it's like this is crazy. If I'm not happy at the job, if I work at Toys R Us and I'm happy, but I want to go to KB Toy Store, why can't I go to KB Toy Store?
But I mean, there are some jobs in life where you can't do that.
No, I ain't never heard them jobs.
There are jobs to where you sign contracts for a non-compete. So if you leave that company, you can't go work for KB Toys for
3
X
months.
amount of
30
time.
days.
Davon said he can go. What is that? Won't no team give him 250 mil guaranteed. So back to what I think it was Cass that said, me and Marlon was talking about it, and we were saying the same thing, that it was more of a like the I had saw a post that said the owners been decided they wouldn't pay over a certain amount, and Cleveland went against that. So they don't expect any other team to go against it at this point. It's just now all of a sudden, and I know somebody made a comment about me saying it, but they feel like now all of a sudden it is black quarterbacks. We have a problem with giving them the money. But that's my take. That's just my opinion.
And
I don't.
you could be right about that too, Toya, because they for sure didn't care about giving Tom Brady his money or Big Ben.
Flacco.
So
There's people
Flacco,
in.
yes.
Again, if it's a
But they
black thing,
let Flacco wait, didn't they?
if it's a black thing, we obviously hold the power. Without us, the league probably would be whack as shit. So
That's
at
true,
what point
but
in time do we say as black people, let's come together, let's join together, y'all, and get our own league. Let's come
that's,
together and just start paying each other.
they
Ain't
don't
that
want
what
to
the
give
Rock
up the
did?
money that they have.
Say
So,
again?
for instance, they don't want to give up the money that they have. So, for instance, when it was Kyrie tweeted the Amazon movie, and it was, you know, all the backlash he got, and everybody was like, well, why won't the other players just boycott? Because they ain't trying to lose their paycheck. They working, they fine. So I don't think you're gonna convince the league that's predominantly black for the blacks to leave it.
Well,
I think
hey,
it's not.
I guess he might as well do like that lady said. And this is not, of course, basketball, but as the lady told LeBron, shut up and dribble.
We have a dilemma here.
What's the dilemma?
The vibe is
What's
just
the
down. What's going on with other
bring
things?
it up?
Oh, so what y'all think about the Ja Morant thing?
I think Shannon Sharp made a good point when he said he felt like John Morant is trying to be somebody that he's not. I want to be, before I go into that, I want to be transparent and say that I support John Morant. I pray that whatever he got going on, that he gets a handle on it or whatever. But I think people in his position, as far as like being rich and everything like that, they need to watch the company they keep, because I think Melo may have had a similar issue when he came in the league. Like the people, like commissioner and people in the NBA kept him away from the wrong crowd and kept him from going down the wrong path. He wasn't able to hang in Baltimore in the hood and stuff like that once he got big. So I mean, I think John Morant may have to just not try to be that person. I don't know what he's trying to be, but not be that person.
So this is how I feel. I'm an athlete. I've been doing this my whole life from a kid. I've been in all type of whatever leagues, kid leagues, high school, middle school basketball, college. I'm the token. I'm the breadwinner. You rolling with me. I'm paying y'all. At what point in time do we decide to get people that excuse me, that's for us? I don't feel like he's being somebody he's not. He's being somebody he is. How do we know that man wasn't out there playing with guns, but his parents didn't know that? Because he went to a nice school. There's a lot of kids that go to nice schools that are playing with guns.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know that his homeboys ain't turned him to this person he is? Ain't no way that you on live with a whole gun. But again, he ain't the only one in the NBA with a gun.
Yeah, Devontae West. Didn't he have a gun situation too?
At the same time, it's a lot of bad boys in the NBA. It's a lot of bad boys in the NFL. So I don't want to hear all this. Now all of a sudden somebody in his ear saying, go ahead and make a statement so you're gonna pull yourself away because you need to get some help. What's the help for playing with a gun? So if I go on live right now with my gun,
I would want to get help.
For what?
Yes.
For what?
People do it all day.
Because first of all, guns aren't toys.
For
I think there's a difference between because clearly if you're playing with I'm answering the question if you let me. I personally feel like I would never mind.
I mean, you saying you would want me to get help, but what would be the help that I would need?
I was trying to answer and you keep cutting me off.
Go ahead, because I'm just confused on why I need help, but go ahead.
Because I think playing with guns is not a safe or fun thing. It's not a toy. So I do think it's a problem if a person, I don't care who it is playing with a gun.
So I said if I go on live with my gun. I didn't say I was playing with it. I said if I go on live with my gun.
I didn't bring up the word playing. You said playing.
No, I said if I go on live with my gun, why would I need help?
Okay, so what was he doing with the gun? Was he cleaning it?
I don't know what the man was doing. I'm just saying, me personally, if I go on live with my gun, why does that person need help?
Okay.
I'm just confused
I gave my answer. That's for the rest of the people.
I'm just confused on what makes you need help if you on live with a gun. What kind of help he didn't need no help before? Now all of a sudden he need help.
What he did put his livelihood in jeopardy.
What he been doing?
Well, how do we know he been doing it? He just got put on live recently.
Yeah, of course he need help, but I'm just trying to figure out at what point does the person who told him to say that statement didn't give him this advice the first time when he, I guess, got in trouble? Where was he at before? The point that I'm making is, if I'm the ticket, when do I say, or when did somebody help me with how I'm doing? All these young kids, they throwing all this money to these young people, but they ain't giving nobody to them to help them. You just got all your homeboys around you, and you ain't getting nobody to help you to say, hey, maybe you should not do this. Maybe we should not go to the club.
I really wanted to say we have a professional on the line, so maybe we should hear what the professionals should say, but now it looks like they got a spinny circle. So, I was waiting to say that for like 10 minutes.
And she's out.
Hello, Dr. Sharp Lady. How you doing? I know you've been listening to the show and you are a registered professional of mental health. What do you feel like the help should be for John Morant?
Well, for me, I believe that you can take a person away from their environment, but if they have the mentality that they want to, quote unquote, be thuggish or live the thug life, it's nothing you can do to change it. And for me, I think that this young man, that this has always been his element, and he showed off, and he just showed us who he really may be.
That's exactly how I feel. I feel like he just wants to be this person.
I think that the people in the circle who are supposed to take care of the meal ticket don't really give a fuck about the meal ticket. They're okay with him falling so they can do something else.
They're not going to be mad until all the money is gone.
Yeah, but people are vultures. They're going to take all that money as fast as possible. So he'll fall.
But I believe you posted something about Ice-T and how Ice-T was in the hood and doing all type of stuff before he became a rapper. And he said, as his interview was going, he said, when y'all talk to me like I am tapped. Talk to me like I am with the FBI. So if this guy can figure this stuff out. And as far as Melo go, I don't know when he learned this, but he did learn that basically the NBA knows more than what they are telling these people. They know what's happening in the hood and what them guys is going back home and doing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Randy
yeah,
said,
he needs a handler. Yeah, you're right. He needs some. But a lot of these young guys, if I'm 18, 19, 20, with more than $1 million given to me, what the hell do I know how to do with that? How to conduct myself?
They
I don't
can
know how
just
to
give them
conduct
6,
myself.
and I'll take care of it for them.
Huh?
but what
They
if
can just give the money to 6, and I'll take care of it for them.
Yeah, because guess what? You're gonna have to be the one who hold the gun. You're gonna have to be
Oh,
the one
no,
to
no.
drive the car.
I'm going to hold the money.
What I'm saying to you is, I'm not talking about you personally. They need somebody who's gonna have the gun, meaning a professional person who's gonna have the gun. They're gonna need a person who drives them around because they might not have no license. They're gonna need to have somebody who monitors them when they're in the lounge and they're getting a drink, and maybe somebody put a little something in their drink. They need a lot of babysitters.
They
They're
need
young.
to go home and make the house their club and just import the hoes in. Just bring them in.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and
stuff
you
still happen when you import it in. I think the problem is a lot of times when people come up, they just want, like, rightfully so, I want to bring my team up with me. But none of the people in your circle are equipped to know how to deal with these situations. Or they're not trying to learn. So, like, for instance, like I feel like, if I ever became famous, the people I want around me are the people who, like, if I need a business manager, I'm gonna have my sister. That's what I mean. Like, I'm gonna hire people I know and I feel like I trust. But sometimes I don't need to hire my sister to be my accountant if she's only worked at Rainbow and keep fucking up their register.
So is
That's
7?
not who I need to pick, but I feel like that's what be going on. I don't know what skill set you have, but I'm gonna place you somewhere, and they're not handling those things properly.
Is 7 going to be head of your security?
She should be, but honestly, any of my sisters can handle that easy.
So, like, New Edition. I don't know if the documentary is true. It is, but they had handlers. They might still was getting a little bit out of line, but they had babysitters. So I mean, if I got a whole bunch of money thrown at me, I would want to hire them people. But I feel like that guy just wants to be. He just wants to be hood.
Randy said,
Where's he
if
from?
you got an agent. Oh, I don't know, because I don't even know who he is. Randy said, if you have an agent, that agent should be the first providing security, handlers, drivers, because that's their meal ticket too. I think that would be more like a manager, right? Your agent do all that, because they deserve all their money if they got to do all that. I got to get you a deal and manage how you manage it.
I feel like an agent wouldn't give a damn either, because again, like you said, that's the meal ticket. So therefore, if I say,
from watching Entourage, I would think it's the manager who does all that. That's just from my experience with Entourage, though.
Even R. Kelly had handlers.
Right.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm saying the manager would hire handlers and things like that. So I'm saying, instead of the agent, like Randy said, I think you have to hire a manager who makes sure you have all of those things.
But a lot of these young guys is bringing their homeboys to be the manager.
Because they try to find a reason to pay them. But they just...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just try to plug people wherever you can plug them in.
Shaq had his homeboys who was his drivers. Who? So yeah, I mean, people, yeah, it's fine. It's fine to pay the person to do the job, but at what point do the yes man become the no man? Somebody got to be in the crew like, nah.
But that's how you seal the deal. That's how you seal the deal. You come in and be like,
do what they want.
No, you tell them no, and then they'll be like, yo, he's down for me. Like, I would definitely be Jess Hilaris's handler. and tell her no, and then she'll be like, he's right. And then I'll be on, but then I'll just be sucking up money.
I doubt it, but
I can.
What's his name? Charlie. Whoever. I don't know if he's
Sheen?
no
Oh.
black person. Is I don't know if he's like Will Smith's security or whatever. He's very famous himself now, but he was just a friend that was like with him and Jazzy Jeff. But instead of just saying like I'm going to take this position and do nothing with it, like his nickname is first out the car because he the first one out to check. He was the first one out, check the perimeter, make sure everything okay, make sure they safe. Like you got to actually step up and try to do the job. Like if you are not an accountant, take a measure.
Yo,
if you not an agent or manager, use Google or YouTube or something. Learn. But they just got people who hanging around with titles collecting a check, and they all want to lose their meal tickets.
If you had something going on in your life, would you stop your life to be a handler for somebody else?
If the pay is right.
Right.
That's exactly a job.
Right. And
would you leave your career for a job?
If the pay is right, it's a job.
Yeah.
I think that is a career as well.
I don't know because
if you as a party animal CEO, president, whatever your title is, if you are that person and you are now at the White House and you are you having all these big gigs and you say, hey Hutch, I just need you to come with me just to make sure, and the money is right, why wouldn't I? Because hopefully it's something that's long lasting.
But that's a gamble.
Having a job is a gamble.
To be honest, I was about to say I work in Maryland. We're at Will State is a gamble if I'm gonna have a job tomorrow. They could fire me. Unless you got a contract, every day is a gamble.
I gotta give Hutch an interview. I gotta give Hutch an interview real quick for my handling position. I need some women.
As in your words, you're a married man.
Do you have the phone number to Tammy?
As in your words, you're a married man.
Tell him.
Call Uncle T and tell him we need some entertainment. He'll know what I mean.
Entertainment?
Tammy.
In your words, you're a married man.
Trying to help y'all out, man. I'm trying. That I don't like that handling. That handling is a little too right. See, that's why. That's the problem. That handling would be boring. I'm trying to live my life.
Yeah. Okay. So while you living your life, and you got Tammy or all these other women or whoever the case may be, now you getting in trouble. Now you're in a position like Kevin Hart. Somebody in the crew has breached. They have breached. It's a breach. It's a breach. It's a breach. And they start filming you, and then they send it to your wife. So now your wife is calling my phone because I'm the handler. Well, how did these women get in there? Now I got to explain to the wife, and the tabloids got everything, and 6 is now on Esquire or whatever the hell the tabloids is going on, and a whole bunch of women is in the room, and then they like, well, why was the handler outside the door, letting the women in?
We just gonna have to tie up Sharp Lady because I know she the one who snitched.
So why the hell would she be in there? Why would she be in there?
I'm not a snitch.
All my friends. My bad.
I'm not a snitch, not at all.
I don't know.
I'm a snitch, so don't have me a part of it.
Somebody said something about me.
Don't tell. Somebody got to keep y'all in chat.
To all the viewers out there, this is completely hypothetical, and 6 wouldn't do anything like this. Thank you.
Yes,
the married men help each other.
Oh, y'all did today. I decided in the title, not the title, but the description, to say that everything we say is fiction. So we need to keep doing that. It's all in the name of jokes and fun.
The married men.
You say hi.
Are helping each other.
Oh, Steve Harvey ass.
They on their best BS.
Married men are helping each other.
Next
I'm
week.
buying the Ebony Inn.
Y'all
I'm just
know
saying.
what I said the last time when somebody was out at his daughter's birthday party. It's bullshit.
Maybe.
I ain't gonna lie. There was a
Touch,
comment
I
earlier
said-
that I was really interested in. It said, "Don't talk about last weekend," and it's been irking me. I really want to know what happened last weekend. You know, I like the juice.
All right.
What
So the
happened last
reason why
week?
she said don't talk about last weekend, and I don't even think the driver heard this story yet. So Shayna got them here you go. Shayna got them a hotel room at
What?
we had separate ones. The girls had their hotel room, and me and Shayna had ours. So
Mhm.
they came down the hall. The guy next door to the girls said they was loud, so they came and told us that he knocked on that door. Now I'm kind of taken off by it because I'm like, well, why didn't he ask who the guardian was? Why did he say something to them? So I went down there. You know, I had my uniform on, and I said, Hush
Thank
did a
you.
great job driving a bunch of 12-year-old girls rapping Ice Spice, Cardi, and TikTok songs.
That shit was.
So I went down there and I said, everything okay? What's the problem? He said they was loud. I said, okay. I didn't argue with him. We in White Marsh. And that's all I got to say about that. We in White Marsh. So I ain't argue with him. He went back in the room. That was that. So then add to that, it was another group of girls in another room. They going in and out the room, in and out the room, in and out the room, slamming the door, running in the hall, making a lot of noise. So he attributed what they was doing to what Brielle's group of girls was doing or whatever. So before you know it, they FaceTime us and they say somebody was knocking on the door. So we go out in the hallway, and the boy's out in the hallway. It's a corporal for the Baltimore County Police Department standing out in the hallway. The
Thank you.
guy that's behind the desk is they're now in the hallway as well. He said we had to leave because they complained about us. Shayna was pissed, and so was I because that wasn't them. But so Shayna was like, okay. So she, we made our plans and stuff like that. Handle it how we handle it. And Shayna was like, oh no, if we gotta go, they gotta go too. So she was like, she sent them up to the room that was actually causing the disturbance. And the guy opened the door and said, they complained about y'all gotta leave. Before he could say anything, it's weed coming out the door. Their room smelled like weed. So he was like, y'all can't smoke in here, right? So that was a whole nother thing. But anywho, they end up getting put out as well. We had to make other plans to get a ride in conjunction with the vehicle that I was driving, and we had to get another spot. So long story short, Shayna called the manager after that the day afterwards and got a full refund for the both the rooms.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
So
So,
I
go ahead.
wanted to say this real quick. Before I pulled off, it seemed like the lady did not want y'all there, anyways.
Absolutely. That was the first issue. So that was another thing. Shayna went in there with balloons or whatever like that, two balloons. And she
Yeah,
claimed that you couldn't
party.
take balloons in the hotel or whatever. So
What?
she made them pop the balloons. That's the first thing Shayna was upset about. Then Shayna said, okay.
Damn it! I spent my hard-earned money on those balloons.
So that's the first thing she said. She said, show me in the contract where my kids can't have these balloons. She couldn't show it to her. So that was the first problem that she was gonna say something about or whatever. So yeah, it was one of them let me speak to your manager's moment.
I wouldn't have popped the balloon, period.
Yeah,
Let me tell you,
I knew that
my
was gonna happen.
my black ass come with big Karen energy. We'd have had an issue from the balloons. I'm gonna need to see your manager right now.
Okay.
I've
It was
never
just
in
crazy.
my life heard you can't bring balloons into a hotel.
It was just
People
crazy.
do romantic evenings with balloons all the time.
Well,
So,
like I said, I believe because they felt like they were gonna have a party and it was black kids, and that hotel seemed to be very remote and not. I don't want to say for us, but I don't think a lot of us go to that
If
part of Philadelphia Road.
if you remember the terminology I used from my original story when I was telling the story, I said we in White Marsh. I didn't go back and forth with the guy. I left it at that. We in White Marsh, and that's exactly what I meant.
So
I wasn't trying to go to jail.
I have a question. Thank you, Shayna, for bringing this up because now we have another topic. But is it called snitching what you guys did?
That's the other thing that I had a problem with. So the guy told the guy that was behind the desk, he told the girls in the other room that Shayna was the one that snitched on them.
So wait a minute, all three different groups of people got put out.
2 different groups of people. Well, we were one group, even though we had 2
No,
rooms.
you said it was another set of girls that was running.
That was the second group. It's only 2 groups.
Okay, but the smoker got put out too, right?
The smoker was the second group of girls. They were smoking. Their room smelled like weed.
Oh, I thought it was the guy who was reporting them that was smoking.
No, the guy who was reporting them was just a Caucasian dude or whatever that was complaining about my group of girls being too loud.
I mean, first of all, whatever, as long as you stand in it, I respect it. But is that snitching?
So the reason why she reported them, sure, it's snitching. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I respect
the reason why she reported them is because what they did got our group put out.
Exactly.
And there's no way they was gonna stay there all night after we had to leave off as an accusation.
So is everybody in agreement that it's okay to snitch in that situation?
I don't call that snitching.
It's okay to tell the truth. And the truth is,
but those other people had nothing. They didn't know.
Group, but the truth is, his group was being falsely accused of something. So therefore, no, it was not me. It was those other people in that room.
So that's snitching.
The other group of girls didn't even have a guardian present.
That's more snitching. But hey,
I think just for me personally, again, it's not everybody else. I am at an age where snitching does not mean a damn thing to me. You will not put me out for what somebody else did. I'm sorry. It's just that no. So if you want to call it snitching, fine. I call it me being me. Me being in the dough. No, you ain't going to have me. And I'm sorry. I understand where you were. I'd have probably he'd have got put out too. Because I'd have made him act the ass the time I got done.
I don't see it as snitching at all. I see it as you standing up for what's right. And
you already got kicked out.
Say that again, 6.
You already got kicked out.
Well, it doesn't matter.
You dragging somebody else down because you already got kicked out?
No, and before I'm leaving, they're leaving with me. We're going together. All of us going to walk out the door together. That's the way I see it.
Did y'all see them leaving out?
We did.
You said you did, Pastor?
Yeah, we did. So since it seems to be only one party opposed or whatever, 6, you saying if this happened to you and a group of that you was with, you would just take the L and just leave?
It wouldn't happen to me in my
group. Hold on, not just the group.
My group is very thin.
We're speaking hypothetically, but not just the group, but your child. Your child's birthday party is interrupted by this. If you ain't saying nothing.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna go get somebody else in trouble. So I just feel like the cards that I was dealt were dealt for a reason.
So you would rather just go ahead and take the blame, lose your money?
I mean, I've taken plenty of blames.
So somebody do something at your job and point the finger at you and you get fired, you just gonna leave peacefully? Knowing that they did it?
This is the question that gets posed to me at work. I don't know. I'm not gonna tell on somebody. I feel like, and this is my religious self. I feel like if it was part of God's plan, God would get them back in whatever way that it needs to happen.
Mm-hmm. What needs to happen? Well, they need to get.
It's not my position to get. It's not my position to get back.
I'm with Andrew and them because now she's saying it's 1 a.m. If my child, well, at 1 a.m, nobody should have been up as far as kids. But anyways, if my child's birthday party or birthday slumber is being interrupted, and it's not my child's fault. Hey, we're gonna have to figure this thing out.
Can you truly say that your child didn't do anything?
You're absolutely right. I can't. But me, my boy ain't doing it.
The boy ain't doing what?
Whatever was being blamed, my boy ain't doing it.
What if he did do it? You just standing there?
If it's me, my boy ain't doing it. Now, if he did do it, that's something that he gonna have to answer to me too.
Hey, Six, I stand by with my.
Ain't nobody gonna be calling. Nobody gonna be knocking on the children's door. But see, another thing that was gonna happen.
How did he know that it was just children there? He didn't know.
You're absolutely right. But see, they said that they were there before. Now they came back. So you knew that children were there.
I think he called the police at some point.
My issue is the man didn't even ask who the guardian was. He should have never said to the girls, "Y'all too loud." I'm like, if I knock on the door and kids are there, I'm gonna say, "Who's the guardian? Who's in charge?"
And then the girls say, "No, my guardian's down the block or down the hallway."
Here's my dilemma. Here's my dilemma. First and foremost, don't knock on my door. Period.
So just call the police first. So he should have just called the police first.
Call the front desk. You don't have to call the police. That is the protocol. If you have a problem, you call the front desk. What if you go to somebody's door, bucking bad at them, and you get shot?
Who said that was bucking bad? Maybe he asked it in a nice way. Like,
when
hey,
you
guys,
who knocked on the door?
The guy that initially complained that they was loud, he knocked on that door.
So who called the police, Pastor?
Might have been the hotel.
The clerk woke them up when he knocked on the door. The clerk woke who up? The kids?
So I think it was 2 knocks. Shayna can help me out. I think it was 2 knocks on the door. The first knock was the guy next door. Then the clerk knocked on the door when I guess the guy called downstairs.
So the guy shouldn't have knocked on the door.
That is where I stand.
And he tried to stop the situation at the lowest level.
The guy,
but the stuff that he called downstairs for wasn't my girls. That was the other group.
So the guy should have knocked on the door, and also the girl should have never opened the door.
That's another thing.
I agree with you, Hutch.
Because you don't want to open the door, and there's a kidnap on the other side. Look, I'm a worst case scenario optimist at the same time.
Thank God the situation got handled as it is, but let them know the next time y'all in a hotel room, y'all shouldn't be opening the door because you and Shayna, I'm sure, had the key.
So hold on. Are we sure that the rules and regulations of the hotel did not state no one should be in a hotel room without anybody 18 and older?
I think you don't want to accept what we're saying, but you want to bring other things in.
I'm just having content. I don't really care.
And I also think the thing is that there is a guardian there. I don't know if the guardian has to be in the room.
So we were present. Now this other group of girls that got put out, they didn't have a guardian present. Me and my wife were present for our group or whatever.
Y'all were in another group.
I didn't get the chance to say this. If I had to do this over again, and the decision my wife made to tell on the other group that was actually responsible for the call that was made, we would do it all over again.
But I didn't hear what you said.
What you would do?
We would have did the same thing all over again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I don't regret my decision. Our decision.
I mean, what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. If y'all being blamed for somebody else's actions, hey, no, it wasn't my group. It wasn't my children. Y'all need to. Now I'm not going to say. I'm gonna be like, y'all need to go to the next door. I'm like, look, y'all need to figure out who it was because it wasn't my group.
Right. So the girls were asleep when the police was called.
How do you know?
I'm reading the comment.
So that should have been sign enough to the clerk and the police that it wasn't the kids that was involved in the noise, because how could they be asleep that fast? And you could tell when children are asleep versus when they're not.
It seemed like when they came upstairs, they took what was said, and that was that. And the police was gonna stay out in the hallway until we was gone.
Where's Randy when I need him? We need the policy. That was joking.
I mean, I believe you can stay in. I believe a child can stay in a room by themselves. She's 12 years old. So in the state of Maryland, at 12, definitely you can stay at home by yourself. So I'm sure.
But it's different. It's different legality issues. Like if you was renting Airbnb, if you bought your home, had an Airbnb was rented out, and there was another Airbnb next door, you would be okay with kids staying in your Airbnb when anything can happen.
Kids with an adult. He was in another room.
In the same room. Anything happened.
But he was in another room. So therefore, like I said, I know in the state of Maryland, a child can stay home at a certain age by themselves. So therefore, with his oldest child in the room with other kids that I know was older than his child, whether it be by months or by years, they were fine. And the adult was down the hall or whatever, next door down the hall. So therefore, if this hotel knew that I have two rooms that I have rented, and you see me coming with children, and you know what's going on. The first problem was they didn't want them there. So therefore, now I was going to look for any kind of reason to put them out in the first place. But me, I would have just said, look, it wasn't my group. I don't mind leaving, but you all need to figure out who was the person's. But hey, to each his own. You said you would do it all over again. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'm with you.
So Pastor, I have one question. Were y'all refunded?
We was refunded.
Shayna said I was originally supposed to be in the room with. I guess 6 needs to be here to hear this comment, since he's the only one with the problem. But I was originally supposed to be in the room with them, but one of the girls didn't want to share a bed with nobody, so Andrew had to come and get another room. Okay.
So the girl didn't want to share a bed.
Oh, she could have stayed at home.
Right.
And that's a legit comment.
She don't
the other thing is Shayna had Braylon and JJ in addition to the girls or whatever. So it was only 2 beds. So that's another thing to add to it. But
so I knew that part, but my thing is this: a sleepover, you sleep wherever you land.
Facts.
You could have gotten on the floor.
Facts.
Or roll up.
Whoever the girl was, she interviewed me and Shaw. I would have sent her home.
I'm like, oh, sweetie, I understand. Here's my phone. Call your mother to come get you.
Yeah, she should have went home. I mean, that doesn't take away from the story, but she should have went home.
Sacrifices we make for our kids.
Yeah, I mean, it don't take away from what happened to you all, and I hope that the girls don't feel no type of trauma or whatever, with police knocking at the door, especially in the times that we living in. But hey, tell them ain't no opening no doors, man. They can't be opening no doors now.
Get picked up.
Yeah, they were get picked up. I think I heard all of that part, Andrew.
I'm sorry y'all had to experience that. Sorry, I'm the wrong thing. So can we move to TV? Because we gotta talk about what Charles did.
Oh man,
we'll never get to talk about Meech and Carrie. Charles always the one doing something. It's the Charles show. So did y'all?
That lady said you can have your husband back.
Like all of that in the kitchen just to be like, you should go back to your wife.
Wow.
Maybe at a point she was just done with it too.
Like I'm trying to figure out, was there a time lapse? It felt like it was in the kitchen, and then later that day they're at the hotel and she changed her mind.
Bro, she knocked on his door with his wife upstairs in the house. Came in his kitchen.
That's her neighbor.
Her feelings was, listen, she wanted to end it because her feelings was hurt that it wasn't working in the bed. And the quarters wasn't helping. So she was
Charles
like,
said it was the bed that was messing up his flow.
she was like, I think you should just go back to your wife now. I don't
She
like
should have
being
never
number
came to
two.
the house.
Bitch, you
Her coming
play
to the
a
house.
damn good number two not to like being that.
Her coming to the house messed up his flow. It was on his mind.
And then go to the skating thing and still had the receipt. If that ain't an amateur move, I ain't never seen one in my life.
Who told him to get the room?
Did he suggest it?
He suggested the room.
Yeah, but
Oh,
he did that to get himself out of trouble in the house.
He suggested the room so he can get her out the house and not
He
have
should
her
be
come
bright
back
enough
downstairs.
to not keep the what purpose would you have to keep this receipt?
And then
Maybe
when
he
she
had time
found
to
the
dump it
receipt,
off.
he was like, "Oh, my job had me buy a hotel room." I was like, "Bruh."
Yeah, he gave a stupid excuse. That was
Go ahead and ask your question, 6.
I don't have no question. What was the question?
The one you posted, I guess.
I mean, I posted a lot of things. I can't remember what it was. Now my mind is somewhere else.
If she asks who was it, should he tell?
Oh, well, thank you. What are y'all thoughts?
I already said my thoughts, but it doesn't matter. At this point in time, it's a done deal.
It's a rhetorical question.
Yeah, I don't think it mattered who it was.
So if she asks, what should he say?
What it matter? I mean, I don't know what you should say, but
I think most guys be like, we're not gonna go into that, but
He not gonna tell her because when she asked about the hotel room, if she got the receipt, the evidence in her hand, he was like, "Oh, my job had me buy this." He not gonna tell her.
well, to the two married women, the married men, what would y'all say? This time for y'all to shine. It's time for y'all to shine.
hypothetically, of course.
Come on,
I don't
come
need
on,
a
married
hall
men. This time
pass.
for y'all
I
to
have
shine.
it all at home.
Hutch.
There they go. There they go.
Can we get men that's not married?
Can we get men that's not married? That sounds like real sus. I'm just
Hey,
saying.
I mean, regardless of our
Can we get
relationship
some-
status, me, Hutch, and Kathy answer the questions.
Hey, 6.
But
Can you agree with me real quick? Like, he already in hot water. If he tell her who it was, this is gonna make it worse, right?
yeah,
But Hutch said,
But-
what would your response be?
That was the answer. I'm not saying no more than that.
I mean, I guess you have to throw a hissy fit and put your foot down and say it don't even matter. It's over.
So who would it matter? Who would it be mad? Because obviously he gotta go. So would it be him getting in more trouble, or her good girlfriend that's her neighbor being now she's pissed off at her?
That's almost like snitching.
She gonna be pissed off at both of them, but she really gonna be mad at him.
Does
Her
he,
good girlfriend.
She probably
Her good
does.
does he
girlfriend
go back
because-
to the neighbor now?
And you gotta think that neighbor gotta be there for 30 years. Or until she leaves the house.
Not
Stop,
necessarily.
But
She said Charles giving back to his wife.
I'm over here with the stupid ticker.
What did I say?
What do you say?
Girl, I got
Randy
that hotel
said-
to go lay down. Wasn't nobody there.
Very good answer. Very good answer.
But when you that poor that y'all can't pay your mortgage, you better go lay in the basement.
But you know what? Sometimes God works in mysterious ways. And this week, when it came to BMF and Chris Rock, they all had that quarter bed in common, which I thought that was interesting because I haven't heard nothing about no quarter bed in a long time. But on both of these shows this week, they both had the quarter bed in it. That was a coincidence. That was crazy.
I guess I've heard of it, but I didn't know. I've never seen one to know that they really exist. I'm on TV.
So, I know this is a little different. What did the sleaziest hotel you ever been in have?
Those like flannel bed covers. I don't know.
I've been in a couple sleazy hotels.
I don't know if I've been in a sleazy one. I've been in poor ones, and I'm like, I can't do this. Like, if the whole bed spread ain't white, I can't stay there.
Yo, I've been in a hotel that charged by the hour, which was crazy. You know,
you was sleazy. Using the sleazy.
So the question was, what was the sleaziest? Like, what did the sleaziest hotel have in it that you've ever been into?
So
regular smuggler.
So I've been on one on Route 1 in Elk Ridge.
Jesus
and
Christ.
This one had a jacuzzi and a mirror on the ceiling. That shit was,
you was one of them truck stopper ones.
And they rented it by the hour?
That's the one that be up on Route 40 going towards Rosedale.
Yo, that shit was nasty. If you think about it, when you young, you like, okay, dog.
Damn, Wims. Hell no.
What happened?
Travel Lodge. Oh gosh.
Ain't that the comedy thing?
No. Then that's across the street.
I stayed at the Travel Lodge in Virginia, and I didn't do it again because the sniper was killing people at that particular hotel.
The DC sniper.
Yes.
Yo,
I said, that's where I was.
That joint that's over there by Moravia Park. That's where all the truckers be at too.
I ain't gonna say it because I know Pastor throw his. But somebody said they stayed at the motel on Joppa Road by Papa John's. I'm just saying.
You said you ain't gonna say it because what?
I ain't gonna say it because I don't want to offend nobody. But I'm just reading the comments.
Trina and Wim said,
"Yeah." So I was gonna say that y'all didn't get to me. It wasn't my turn. Me and Shayna stayed at Towson East before. That's what she's talking about. And it smelled like all the rooms smell like cigarette smoke.
I'm gonna ask a dumb question. Is a Popeyes over there?
It's a what?
Is a Popeyes over there?
She said Papa John's.
Oh, I was about to say.
If you over there and you bring some Popeyes, does that make it a little better?
I was just wondering because that's where I used to live, and I didn't remember Popeye. I thought you said Popeyes, so I was like,
no, Papa John's.
Yo,
any sleazy room, I ain't never stay in it. I ain't never slept in it.
I worked security
put your naked butt on that bed though.
I worked on security at the motel by the Loafers. What is that? Is it Motel 6? Terrible.
Motel 6.
Terrible.
Motel 6, that one nasty. The one across the street back of City View, the Knights Inn or whatever. That one nasty. The one that's in back of by that Wendy's is nasty. All of them is with them.
Are you saying these are nasty because you've been in them?
No, they nasty. You can look at them. The one that's by Loafers, the old Loafers that's by Caton Avenue.
Yep.
Nasty. Red carpet. Oh, is that the one that's off of North Avenue?
The one on North Avenue, North and Howard, nasty.
That joint.
What's the one on Pulaski? The one on Pulaski Highway, like going east with 5,000, close to 5,000. That looked
all
nasty.
Those are nasty. I think one of them inmates got killed in one of them. I believe.
Oh, well, I'm saying you've been in the one by Loafers.
Speaking of
Loafers, yeah.
A lot of things change when the H is switched to an M. So I don't stay in motels, period.
So what is the going rate for would you pay for a sleazy joint? I could say you get on hotels.com and get a regular hotel for like $100. Some places.
You can go on hotels.com or what's the other one? Hotel something, and you can get like a overnight last minute for cheaper than that.
I think that joint out Towson East was like 60. It was like $59.99. But I think Motel 6 is like $89.95 or something like that.
Red Roof Inn.
That ain't what the commercial used to say. The commercial used to say $59.99.
Oh no, not a motor lodge.
Wim spends a lot of time in hotels, huh?
Damn, Wims, motor lodge.
Mm.
I think the Red Roof that's on 40. 40 West. I think it used to be $40.
So do you
Oh,
think
real
that?
quick, we ain't say this.
Wait a
Shout
minute,
out to all the
y'all. I
women.
gotta tell y'all one that I know y'all might have seen this. I think nobody should stand there. What about that one when you're going through the park, like you going to Ellicott City, going up the hill?
Brown Motel.
Yeah,
How you know all these hotel names?
that's
And I'm on
scary.
the road. The hell? I see everything.
That's a scary hotel.
Damn, sure you having a photo shoot?
You taking selfies?
Damn. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yo, and that's another thing too. Since we're on the roll of selfies and shit, I mean, this don't happen to me now, but don't take pictures in front of a hotel door. That shit just don't look good.
Who the hell taking
And
pictures
then,
for the hotel door?
I don't like it either. I know what you mean. Because you
And
see the
then-
little thing on the door.
yeah, and then another thing: do not send too good lingerie pictures of your whole body, because then I gotta ask, who took that picture? I'm just saying.
Now you asking too much, Murray man. Murray man, you asking too much.
I mean, these are all hypothetical and before marriage
You
You
time.
are
Come on.
asking too much questions. That's not for you.
I feel like that's a
Okay,
hater
I was in the
question.
game.
Don't ask how it got done. Just appreciate it. But let me explain for all women, because I used to have people say I wasn't taking pictures in hotels and it wasn't lingerie pictures, but I would have people say, who's taking pictures of you all day at work? Because I had full body selfies at work. You put the time on your phone and prop the phone up. And that's how you get more than this in the picture.
Speaking of women, shout out to the women. Today is International Women's Day, and this month is Women's Month.
I thought there was blowjobs and whatever
Damn,
day.
Mimi, why Mimi laugh like that? What you say?
Oh, ain't it supposed to be blowjobs and steak day coming up soon?
Oh my gosh.
What day is it so I can see what's going on? What day?
Oh
I
my
thought it was like a
God.
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday
It was posted in
coming?
the group. It was posted in the group.
It's the 14th.
The 14th?
It's March 14th.
See,
Oh,
she knows.
we gotta pin that thing.
We need a special show.
All right, so Chris Rock. Anybody watched it? I know I did.
I watched it.
I watched it.
Who's gonna start?
I didn't watch it.
Okay, yeah.
Ladies first.
Captain didn't watch it.
It's ladies' month. Ladies first.
I thought it was okay. Put it like that. Okay, so I'm gonna give full disclosure. I know I said I was gonna watch the whole thing, but y'all know what's going on in my life, so I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing. But I was about a good 40 minutes in before I LOL'd in real life.
Okay. Question.
Yeah, watch the last part then. The last part is with the one that everybody
I
talking
watched I watched somebody, it was a clip of it. I don't know if I think I did. I don't think I got the full 10 minutes. So I thought we were going to talk about the whole show, but if we want to talk about the last 10,
I'm talking about the whole
somebody
I want to talk about the whole thing. I want to talk about the whole thing.
Oh, so I'm just saying overall, I didn't think it was a funny show. And I am a Chris Rock fan.
So a lot of people commented on social media and said they don't think Chris Rock is funny. I ain't gonna say that.
I do.
I will say one of the comments that sticks out in my mind is when Wims just confirmed the 14th, and Randy just confirmed the 14th.
I want my confirmation. When I said it, it wasn't good enough.
It was good
After
enough
you
for me.
confirmed it.
It could be tomorrow.
I said it's every day for my
Any day.
husband.
Right.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, it could be every day.
The thing that stood out to me was when he said people will listen to Michael Jackson, but won't listen to R. Kelly.
I
Is it
saw
not
that.
true?
Say again, Hutch.
Is it not true?
It's true. I didn't
Yeah, it's true.
Is it not true?
It's true.
Let's be
They
real.
have
Very
somebody
true.
in the group like
Well,
that.
what I will say is I think his shows always touch on true things. It's just also a
Michael
comedy
Jackson had a
show.
lot of accusations.
The title
And
of his special really tells it all.
yeah.
And I feel like the only reason why I feel like people are hating is because he fought back. Not with his fist, but he talked a lot of shit. And I feel like a lot of people are like upset because of this.
If it was me, I think I'd have did the whole fucking hour on Will Smith. Marlon Wayans talks more about Will Smith and his comedy set than Chris Brown did. I mean, Chris Rock.
Marlon Wayans shit is out. My thing is like this. When all these comedians and all these people was talking shit about Chris Rock, ain't nobody had no problem with that now. But as soon as now the man got a special, he did it in her hometown. 2 weeks before the Oscars. Who gives a fuck?
All right.
Well, I think all of that was strategically done. And again, I'm with it.
Good.
Like I don't take away from anything that he did strategically about it. My thing was, last 10 minutes aside, did you find the other 60 minutes funny?
Oh, I had some funny moments, but that's any comedy show. It had some funny moments. I felt like it had some funny moments.
It also, so in the middle, I felt like it was getting a little bit dry, and then that's when he picked back up. But first of all, so before I watched it, I watched a whole bunch of videos about it. So that kind of ruined it for me. But I did notice things like I felt good about him the way he came in. It just felt like he was ready for whatever. So you know how when you watch most comedy shows, they always wear black and leather. That motherfucker came out with all white. I was like, okay, this is gonna be different. Then he came out with his shirt wrinkled. I was like, oh, he not playing. He not up here to look cute. He got some shit to say. He came out there hyped. And like while he was hyped, I was hyped too. Because you knew what was gonna happen, but you didn't know when it was gonna happen. So I was like, okay. The first jokes were really setups to the whole thing. And I felt like those were good because he was just saying, I'm not a victim. You know what I'm saying? He was saying that, well, before that, he was talking about everybody want to be a victim of this, be a victim of that. The world's being soft. Then he went through all the other segments. And then right before he got to that, he was just saying like, yo, I'm not a victim, but I'm just going to tell you what the fuck happened and how I felt. I was happy for him. I felt like it was vindicating for him. And when he dropped the mic and it looked like he was crying, it felt like he got that shit off his chest. And
I felt like he did get off his chest. But he talked about everything. He talked about some trans shit. He talked about a lot of shit in there.
He talked about the real shit that everybody's a fucking victim, yo. Everybody's like, oh, you said this, you did this, you did. You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
Yep. He talked about dating younger women and how he keeping his body together for them young girls, and about the older women. He talked about everything that is happening in the world. He talked about.
I felt like some parts weren't even meant to be funny. Some parts was just, let me tell you how it is. Like his daughter being going to culinary school in Paris. That's some real stunting ass shit.
Yep. Even though how they spoiled and he did it. Him and his ex-wife did it.
I mean, that's
like he don't want his kids going to the hood.
Yeah, I mean,
see, what's crazy part is they ain't talk about that shit though. How he spoils his kids, how he's in his kids' life, how when he and you want to talk about a snitching moment? He snitched on his daughter.
Yeah, but he owned it. Yo, if you a snitch and you own that shit, I can respect it.
I didn't feel like you respected any of us when we said that we would snitch about the hotel.
That's because you're in your personal feelings. I said in the beginning, I respect just honesty. I don't really care if you're a snitch or not. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me because I don't do shit with none of y'all. So you can't snitch on me.
It didn't sound like you just said I respect a snitch if you own it. But when we owned it earlier, it didn't feel like you respected that we said
I was not respecting it. I was just asking questions.
Toya, don't poke at him. Toya, don't poke at him.
No, she's not poking at me. I'm not a victim. She's not poking at me.
I like and the crazy part about it is with a lot of stand-ups, I never seen Chris Rock do a stand up. Like this is my first time, and it's even like watching some more shit. Everything in some more shit wasn't funny. Kevin Hart shit. Everything in Kevin Hart shit ain't funny, but they be having that funny moment.
I heard so much about s'mores, and I didn't really.
Y'all gotta watch that some more shit.
So yesterday, when I posted that thing, I watched some more shit because you said it. So I was watching it already. That's how I came up with that question. I just wanted to see what everybody else was about the hair. But I will say this. Yes, Samora is an older fine lady. But I cannot stand when I can see your shapewear. That shit bothered me the whole time, dog. Like
I wouldn't watch it for that.
It hurts my soul, yo. That shit just bothers me because in my head I'm wondering like,
was Tammy, he wouldn't notice.
What'd you say?
So I bet if it was Tammy,
it would fit a little different. But when you got them pants on, and then I can see like your biker short looking thing, it makes me think like, yo, when you take that off, it's gonna be like.
Hey, let me tell you something. Back in the day, when I had me one, boy, them jeans was holding that ass in, boy. Took that motherfucking jeans off, boy. All that came out. I was like, yes, Lord. Just like that, too. Yes, Lord. For all the people out there watching, this is way back in the day, like close to like high school. That thing, boy, when them motherfucking jeans came off, boy, I was like, yes, indeed. But I wasn't watching some more for the shapewear, though, good brother.
I mean, you said that she was fine, and I just was watching.
Oh, she is fine.
She is fine.
She old and fine. I
mean, that age is out there, man.
I feel like the age.
I mean, what you mean her age is? She old. Shit. What you want to look 25?
And the crazy part is, she knows she old.
Yeah. I mean, when she,
I'm 40.
actually, I didn't make it all the way to the end.
Huh?
I thought it was funny when she said the little Parkinson's joke, when she was like, "I don't even go like this because I don't want to." She was funny.
She said she don't want no shaking, boy.
But I felt like it's close.
That's the more. But I really liked how Netflix eased in with Chris Rock, the live thing. And I think they're gonna have some more specials coming up that's live.
Oh yeah,
I think that was a good look for them.
The Hippodrome was sold out.
I heard it was, but technically, when I went on Ticketmaster, they still had some tickets left.
I don't understand how many people didn't talk about it before it happened.
Like what?
Like I'm surprised all the jokes wasn't out. Like everybody's like, "Oh, I went to see Chris Rock. He said this about Will Smith." I'm surprised people ain't do that shit.
I heard they were leaked online.
So did you hear
before the special?
Yeah, but I heard that like they were like the way it was leaked, it definitely felt insider-ish because the joke was leaked verbatim.
Dang. See that?
How do you feel about
it was the handler. See that?
How do you feel about Jaden's response and Jada's response?
I ain't hear it. What kind? I mean, if y'all don't post it, I don't know. What Jada said?
So he hadn't posted in 6 days, and the day that came out, he posted a fake laugh emoji, like not emoji, but like GIF. And it was like, oh, that was his way of talking about it. Now, what Jada did, I felt was fucked up, is she basically had her people send out a little thing just saying, why are y'all making me part of this when I had nothing to do with it? And that he's obsessed with her. But I feel like she didn't have her husband.
I do feel like he should have geared it more. Personally, I think he can do whatever he want to do. How you respond is how you respond. I do feel like it was let me go more in on her than on the person who hit me. And I think that's the common denominator to blame her for everything as if it's not a couple moving.
Well, I don't know because
that's the like problem people had with the show.
I mean, I don't know because it was like it's like he was like they had a battle for the longest of time. I don't know what that movie is that he was talking about, and he was like I always loved Will Smith. I had nothing but respect for him, and all this other shit. And I don't know if it was a real beef between Jada and him.
But
because there
sometimes
was
girls
something
control
that
the
he had
mood.
said. They had an issue before the Oscars.
Right, for so many years back.
Yeah.
But really, wasn't an issue. He made a joke, and that was that.
I think it was.
She
They was. He from
boycotted
what
the
he said,
Oscars.
they was going back and forth
I
for many
mean,
years. So I mean, I don't know, but yo, the way he did that ending and all that, let me not. I don't want to say nothing so another rapper get mad at me. Like
yeah,
that
that was
part, he
funny.
kept on saying that shit. And
That was funny.
everything that was
fun.
leading up.
My personal opinion is I really don't give a fuck about either. All three of them. I don't care.
Well, of course we don't care. It's all entertainment. It's like y'all be what's the show? Six be watching them ass shows, them reality shows. It's like that. It's all entertainment. It's all that shit. Yeah, it's all entertainment.
Yeah, and that's why I just
now,
had to.
Would I went to go see the man? No.
So here's where I differ. I think I probably would have enjoyed it more in person.
I like him.
I don't know.
Some shows you can enjoy it better if you're there in it versus watching it at home. And I think I would have enjoyed, because like I said, I'm a Chris Rock fan. So I think I would have enjoyed it better. However, I do have to say this about me. Me and Mama had this conversation earlier. I typically, whatever your best special was to me, I'm chasing that high. And oftentimes I don't feel like I get there again with that person. So I don't want to say it was a bad special. It just wasn't me, because there are other specials of his that I love. So for instance, Kevin Hart, I ain't really found nothing that I like seriously funny. They be funny, but I be like, they ain't as good.
Are y'all gonna go to the show? Because it's on my birthday.
What show?
Kevin Hart.
He coming here?
To live, yeah.
Y'all want to go as a group? My husband.
I think we should.
I'm putting the disclaimer out. If we are going to do this, we should all discuss it, and one person should buy the tickets as soon as they come out, and everybody just got to pay you back.
Okay. What you said?
Let's discuss it then.
Let's discuss it then.
What did I say? What did I say about plans?
Just because you said
I know I asked were we going as a group, but are we having dream talk right now?
No, we ain't having no talk. We're gonna discuss it.
Okay.
You know how that goes.
Well, Pastor, is he there?
We're gonna talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
It's your turn.
The message for the night is called "Love Is What You Do." It's actually one I had already. I had planned to give y'all, but due to computer difficulties, I was never able to give it to y'all. So the word comes from Luke 10:25-37. It says, "But a Samaritan, while traveling, came near to him, and when he saw him, he was moved with pity. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, having poured oil and wine on them. Then he put him on his own animal, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii, gave them to the innkeeper, and said, 'Take care of him, and when I come back, I will pay you for whatever you spend.' Which of these 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers?" He said, "The one who showed him mercy." Jesus said, "Then go and do likewise." So, question: how can we say we love God whom we don't see, but not love our brothers and sisters whom we see every day? We do not have within us the power to love in the ways God calls us to. God alone makes this kind of love possible in our lives. We can trust God to give us the gifts we need to love others. And when we fail, the writer of 1 John reassures us that God continues to love us. We can be confident and reassured before God. We can trust the power and presence of God's power and God's Spirit at work within us. We have to take action. We have to live as though someone needs us and someone is always counting on us to do something good. If we know better, then we should definitely do better. God loves us. The word says he'll never leave us nor forsake us. God proved to us that he loved us by sending his only son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for our sins. So since love is what he did, then let us all go and do likewise. Love one another. Being that it's Women's Day and Women's Month, I would encourage someone to honor that special woman in their lives, whether it be your wife, whether it be your mom, whether it be your grandma. You know, show love to that woman that's inspired you.
What about your sneaky
Amen.
link?
Only him.
On that note, wow.
Sneaky link don't get no love on Women's Day?
That falls on the significant other. Sure.
No, we do
No
not.
problem. No problem.
A sneaky
No,
link,
that
not a
falls on-
significant other.
No.
Love interest? Cool. Go for it, Hutch. Go for it.
I was just asking for the guys out there and the husbands out there who believe that they have sneaky links and stuff who, you know,
Man.
they don't mind talking about it.
Man.
All right. Well, anybody else before we leave?
Love your sneaky links.
Anybody with good advice?
Go
Love
check
your
out
skills. Love your
University
hoes.
Rock Captain.
All right, then. We will see
Anybody
y'all
going
next
to the
week.
fight?
Who fighting?
I don't know who's
Javante.
fighting, so no.
Javante, Tank
I
Davis,
don't know.
Las Vegas, April 22nd, April 8th. Bring your kids out. Kitty disco. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, I think before we go, I think yeah, that guy's. I think he's gonna be there. I believe.
A word?
I believe.
Talk offline.
I already sent. Hey, I already sent the message. All right, y'all. Okay,
Bye.
Mimi, she got something to say.
Say bye. Bye.
Don't give a damn. She don't give a damn about us.
I can't see you.
All right, Mimi. Peace out.
All right, Mimi.
See you, Mimi.
Bye, Mimi.
Yeah. Hold up. Wait.
This button says-
Wait. Don't she got a race? You don't want to talk about that?
No.
It's in April, right? We'll bring it up.
Yes.
Okay.
Practicing.
See, I'm for all support. I'm for all support, y'all.
You are.
I'm for all.
I can't remember
all
any
women.
of the information offhand right now. That's
I'm
why.
for all
So
women.
what?
Holla at y'all.
Hold on. Since you brought it up, I posted about
See?
it as soon as I found out, and I put Carver High School. I did not know there was two.
There's two
Yes,
Carver
it's
houses?
one in Towson.
Yes. So my mother-in-law called me and she said, "You know, it's not at the Carver you're thinking." And I was like, "How you know it's not?" But she's worked in special needs school. She was like, "I'm telling you, it's at the Carver in Towson." I looked. I said, "Oh, you're right." So I gotta
Damn.
update the information. That's why I don't want to give it out right now.
Damn, it's a white Carver?
But isn't it called Carver? It's got something else besides its name. Maybe like Carver Technical or something like that.
But that's not what Carver is in the city?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's Carver Technical.
Damn. It's a white Carver.
Right.
Anyway,
Well, that
No,
actually,
no. I learned
actually,
something.
that school specializes in people who have like they have to have some kind of talent or something.
Oh, now the doctor wants to come out 6.
Well, the doctor always
We'll see y'all later. Huh.
And somehow she got some light behind her and everything.
Right. Look like police lights.
no. It's actually car lights. It's somebody's car lights.
She gonna tell anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not snitching.
Wow.
With the snitch conversation,
get-
you said you was with it. Now all of a sudden you ain't with
Snitches get stitches.
big Karen energy right here.
Hey, Toya, you know we are snitches now, right?
Listen,
I mean, I ain't
I'm
snitching
sorry.
on nobody.
What I tell y'all all the time, don't do no crimes with me.
Hey, Captain, we're still live.
We still talking.
Yeah,
I think
still snitching.
Hey,
She
you
said-
just
You
said
was
you.
snitching right
So
now.
hold on. So on now I got it. Now I got it, Catherine. On the live,
Whoa.
you not a snitch. Off the live, you ain't a snitch. I mean, you a
I'm not
snitch on live.
No, I'm not a snitch no way, because like I said, I don't think that you should snitch. And I think that if you got something to say or you did something, be accountable for your stuff. And just basically
Oh
hold the
gosh,
people.
she is all over the board.
I'm not all over the board. I said be accountable and hold yourself accountable and hold other people accountable. So if they
And
do
then
something that they need to be held accountable for, then hold them.
when we get off
That's not
live,
snitching.
when you get off live, you John Morant. Many
Nope,
men wish death
nope,
upon her.
nope,
Now you're a
nope.
thug.
No, I'm not a thug. And
Snitches get
he should
snitches.
be.
That's what you just said.
Sharp lady.
So
Don't let them get you going. Don't let them get you
I'm
going.
not. I'm not. I'm
Oh,
not.
I'm lining
And
her
you
up.
know what?
I'm lining her up.
And
I'm baking her a birthday cake because she is two people, online and
I'm not
offline.
two.
Okay.
I'm not two people, but you know what? Since we talking about that, so Hutch, I sent you some information earlier this week, right? And I think that might have had something to do with a familiar place. Oh, he went. He see how he did. He
Well,
ran.
you go ahead and finish what you were saying because I want to know.
I know. Go ahead,
But
finish it.
so I
Go
believe
ahead, Will
this.
Smith him.
Okay, so there was. I don't know if you all seen on the news, but there was a home invasion and an attempt to cover up the home invasion of
Nah, what she
in
said?
Elkridge.
Okay.
What they got on?
Did y'all see
Right
that
here.
on on
What she
channel
said?
2?
What she said?
He's still,
It
still
don't come on
talking.
my news, but we get it. What happened?
So anyway, this particular person that was the
She said she
victim,
sent me about what?
um, I think that was a direct a result of that person being a snitch.
What you say, man? I died. What you just said?
No, you didn't die. You got off the line.
My phone is on the charger. What do you think I'm up here?
Are you gonna hold him accountable for that?
Yup.
So you sent me some information about what?
So yeah,
I was. So it was a like I said, it was a home invasion and an attempted cover up of the home invasion with a fire. And I said I think that's a direct result of snitching. That home invasion and that murder was associated with something dealing with snitching.
I ain't see this in the group chat.
You ain't sent me no about no
I was
murder.
about to say, did you
All
Yes,
send
you
it
I
to
said
him
did.
or
was
to us?
all you said was such and
I sent
such who ran the place had a home
and
invasion. That's all the information. You act like you sent me a whole. Man,
I sent you the link. I sent you the link.
I ain't
Go
get no
ahead, read the
damn
message.
link. Now you over here
Read the
making stuff
message.
up. Come on,
Read the
John
full
Morant.
message, Hutch.
Come on, John Morant.
Read the full message.
And he left his live. All right, y'all. We will see y'all next week. Good night.
All right. See y'all.
Go ahead.
I hit the button.